everybody. Welcome to ValueMatrix.tv, powered by ValueMatrix.ai, where we speak with amazing leaders in the HR position and we try to understand what makes an organization evolve at the rate they do. Today, we have a very special guest. Her name is Rakhi Agarwal. She has been in this space for decades and she's here to bring all her wisdom to help us understand the organizations better. Rakhi, can you please introduce yourself to our audience?
Sure. Hi, my name is Rakhi Agarwal. I come from HR industry. I have got like 15 plus years of experience. I have been in this HR gamut for a very long time, so I understand this industry very well. Not only the industry, I would say that the HR role speaks a lot. We have always been introduced as a face of the organization, so definitely our role speaks a lot with time to time. Definitely understanding from all the overall practice, like I have worked for BPOs, KPOs. From past 11 years I'm working for the advertising industries, so I know the nitty gritty of each and every role when it comes on the HR front, where people think HR is a very cakewalk job. It is not. Okay. The pressure is very high, but it's like we never show. And that's the beauty of our role. And definitely thank you for inviting on this show firstly, and I'm very grateful to share my thoughts, my experiences, and what I've been learning in and out, which is never stop going. So definitely I would like to give my contribution towards this a lot.
Oh, no, the honor is all ours. We have you on the show. Coming back to your experience, which is more than 15 years. So, my question is that what is the biggest shift that you have witnessed in how organizations are approaching talent in the last 5 years?
So it has a kind of major shift. Okay, so if I say with my experience, like I have work, like as I mentioned, I'm working from past 11 years with an advertising industry. Before that, I have worked with corporates. So there's a huge shift in terms of talent, in terms of understanding people, in terms of making the understand the role and everything. And specifically, if you ask me, in the past 5 years, definitely we have a lot of Gen Z crowd that has come up, so handling them, that's not an easy task. Okay, they are very fast, very like I would say that very rigid also at times, like to handle this. At times it's very easy to say, but I would say that they are the tough people to handle because they are very fast learner. They are in demand, but simultaneously in the other side is they are very aggressive also. So it has come as a major shift in this past 5 years. Earlier things were very different. As I've experienced by myself, earlier it was not that tough. As AI coming into the picture, okay, which is just that has been entered right now, but it's more of like it's just in the channelizing right now. Like AI can do everything, which is not. I still believe AI is important, but the human role is also very important in the organization. So both play simultaneously.
I mean, I do echo the same thought process that, when we talk about AI, definitely AI brings its own pros to the table, but at the same time, you cannot expect AI to do everything. So when we say that AI is replacing recruiters, AI is replacing the department, how do you see that statement? And is there any way to balance it out?
Yes, Pooja. If you say, see, as I'm again, I would say that, like, I am not completely say that AI is the only thing that's hiring on the talent front. It's basically like, how it's working across. AI is a AI is a tool which helps you out to make things automate faster. Okay, that's one thing. Simultaneously, but in terms of like, whatever I need to give him a direction or what I need to let him know, he or she will do that for me. AI is important. It's reducing the time, okay, and it's making things faster. That's great. It's not only just, I would say that, like, with AI, I don't need recruiters, I don't need HRs. My work, the AI will completely take care of it. No, it's at the end of it what I'm going to command to him. Okay, he's going to do that only. But at the end of it, our human brains functions in very different way. So it's a balance of both that is required. I would say that, like, for example, like focusing on their skills and behavior, AI won't help me out with that. That's something as a person, as a human, I will understand, or the people
Mhm.
who are in the HR particularly will understand. Okay, so
Mhm.
that's something, that's why I said AI can't replace that. So
Absolutely.
so it really has to go very mindfully. Okay, That's how it is. Where a lot of people are very scared with their jobs also right now. As AI is coming into the picture, people are skeptical. My job is secure or not.
So let's also talk about the traditional hiring as well, the where the need for AI actually emerged. So traditional hiring is also, slow. Sometimes is also biased. So from your perspective, what do you think is the biggest pain point when we talk about hiring?
So Pooja, the biggest pain point, in the hiring, I'll speak about the industry that I am right now. Okay, the biggest pain point is the volume is very high. Okay, and the quality is been dropping. It's very challenging at times. It comes out and becomes debatable also. For me, actually, it becomes debatable. Like when I hire someone on a senior level role, I believe whenever we have that, firstly, it takes a longer time to close to someone. At times, the compensation is not matching, culture fitment is not matching, role is not matching, because we all three are thinking in a very different way. And somewhere over there you can't get 100% in any of the candidate. Okay, you need to do compromisation on certain things. Okay, but definitely then we have a checklist for us, if this is fitting into our parameter for the role and everything, definitely we have to go ahead. So that's that's a very lengthy process that do takes time. Okay, though I always keep a turnaround time for my closure, when I'm starting any active questions, it has to get closed within a stipulated time period. But nonetheless, it's as again I say that AI can do that, but human errors, no, it takes time, because those debates and everything, AI won't help me out with it. That's okay. Like, if that role is important, but even for me the culture fitment is also important. But then I categorize it, is this culture fitment, what kind of culture fitment I'm looking out for? Is it manageable, it is groomable, definitely, then yes, we can work around. So there are a lot of things that come into the picture. And that's how, we go ahead and work around it. But finally, at the end of it, we need to get results, because that's what we have been hired for. And I would like to address that. um, Whenever we come on a senior level role now, we always been said this, and I've learned from my mentors. Okay, it's you have to you are here to clear the mess. You're not here to do a cakewalk job. You're here to clear the mess. That's what we are getting paid for. Okay, and how we clear that mess in an appropriate way, in a righter way. Okay, keeping that decorum. Okay, so that's a very tough job in an HR role. But yes, I believe with time to time we are learning, and that's what our experience speaks today.
So this also brings me to another question, which you mentioned. That you mentioned a term called culture fit. Everybody wants to have a culture fit, but is there any way to assess whether a person is the right culture fit or not? Is it qualitative? Is it quantitative? Is there any data that you look at? So, what is your process when you're looking for that particular culture fit?
Firstly, I always ask, even it happens with my day to day conversations with my founders, with my leaders, what is according to them it's a culture fit. It's like a quirky office, good food, uh, like, you know, um, fancy dress, okay, or people around and everything. What is culture fitment? Very important to understand. Uh, People like me and my other seniors, for us culture fitment is very different. It plays a very important role of understanding when we are getting someone specifically on a seniority level, what he or she brings to the table, what kind of challenges, what are the things that he has dealt with, okay, in terms of handling the team, handling the organization, handling the clients, um, in terms of presenting, in terms of cracking the tough conversations. Okay, these are the culture fitment that looks out for. So for me, that's a from where I see, that's the culture fitment. How you're fixing up things. So today, when even I hire people on a senior level, okay, I specifically, I don't see on their profile what they have done. We all have done that execution, our role and everything. All that we have done that. For me, it's more important to see what he or she will be contributing to this organization with his expertise and experience. And for that, when we are put in a unconditional situations, okay, Pooja, I would say that that's the right time where I get to know. Okay, I always ask all my leaders, seniors, when I'm specifically, because I do, like, take more of my time on the senior level hirings. Okay, so for me, it's very understand what kind of challenges that you have handled in your role, not by team handling. No, what are the situations that has come and how you have dealt with it and how you have resolved it. It's not important always we would have resolved it. Okay, it might have gone wrong also, but that initiative and that being, like, open to take it up and fix it up, okay, that's very important.
Let's talk about the next step then. So let's say that we have hired these candidates. Now, what we also want to do is we want to build high performance teams. We want high chemistry within those teams. We want the teams to gel together nicely. We want them to produce results nicely. They should be happy with each other. They should be content with the kind of environment they're in. So, how do you do that?
It is called as 30-60-90 practice. Okay, which really helps at not only senior level but across all levels. It really helps us as an HR as well as an organization to take care of it. So the 30-60-90 process is something like, how an employee gets settled in the system till the time he or she complete that 90 days process. Okay, so that gives us a very clear reading whether he or she is fitment for the organization or not. But it's a overall 360 review that we get in this 30-60-90 process in terms of behavior, in terms of understanding, in terms of culture, in terms of people, in terms of role that he or she has been hired for, and the other aspects. So, with time to time, we have come up with this new practices where we roll out these forms to new people when we are onboarding them, and on a monthly basis, we do a review for it, which gives us an understanding: is there a scope of him or her to take it ahead in the system or not?
All right. So thank you so much for your understanding and sharing experience on how you deal with culture. I just have one last question for you
Sure.
that, what is your biggest advice to the CHROs who are looking to integrate AI into their hiring practices?
Okay, so for me, Pooja, a small advice is just one thing. As I said in the start only, okay, AI is it's a good thing that has come in this new world. Okay, it's important to have in the system because that's making our work more faster, efficiency faster, and everything. Okay, but just not being completely reliable and dependent on that, like, Uh, AI is going to fix each and everything. No, AI is one part of it which is going to fix certain things. It's going to make the process faster. Okay, but at the end of it, human resource are also important in the organization. Not only human resource, every other department's roles that has been hired for, they are important, because without humans, your organization can never run. Okay, so it has to be a balance of both. Okay, AI as well as human resource, both are parallelly play an important role in the organization. So yes, we are very great welcoming AI. Okay, we ourselves are doing on a lot of things on AI tools right now. Okay, and that's really fixing a lot of things. But again, coming back to the same statement, okay, AI is a role, is a software, it's a technicality that resolves our timeline and fix up things, but not on the grounds of human. It's not a replaceable. It's never and never is going to be a replaceable.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Raki, for your time today. We're extremely grateful you could make this happen. And to everybody who's watching this podcast, we would love for you to like and subscribe to our channel so we can bring more guests like Raki who will share their pearls of wisdom with us so we can evolve better. We can make HR a stronger community and we can grow as an organization too. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Pooja.